Well, hi there, everyone, and welcome to the VIP Trade Room with Roger Scott and Matt Horton. Today is Wednesday, January 7th, and my name is Raleigh White, and I'm coming to you live from a beautiful day here in Austin, Texas, and I'm going to be your moderator today. Now, in today's session, Roger's going to be covering a range of important topics with a continuing focus on trading small cap stocks, including he's going to share with us tips on what are the best areas for placing your stops when you're looking to trade these small caps. He's also going to share with us why indicators can't gauge small cap price action the same way they can with large caps. He's also going to give us a midday market update and the top stocks that he's looking at right now. And he's going to give us a fourth quarter earnings preview and his thoughts on what lies ahead as we begin to enter into the fourth quarter earnings season. And finally, folks, as a bonus, he wants to do a deep dive technical analysis of every major sector so that we're grounded as to where those stand. Anyway, a terrific agenda for today. And if you have any question during Roger's presentation, please type them in the chat window and we'll address them periodically throughout the session so as to not interfere with Roger's presentation. Also, remember, folks, that we have opened the chat to everyone, and we do have some ground rules. If you're going to be posting, always be kind and supportive. Also, folks, keep your posts to the topic. No political discussions allowed whatsoever. And please, please, please keep your side conversations to a minimum so that the rest of us can focus on the education and the information that Roger's going to be sharing, because after all, he's here to give us an edge in the market and to help us all become much more confident and consistent in our trading activities. So for those of you that were with us this morning at 8 o'clock, when Roger opens his pre-market briefing, we'll note that there were a few catalysts that we needed to be aware of. In the consumer retail front, we noticed that DEC was down 3% coming into the open. On the healthcare front, we noted that Humana was down 1%. In the international markets, Japan, the Nikkei was down 1%, coming off of its recent highs. And on the Fed front, we had several key events coming up. We had the ADP job reports, we had the JOLTS job reports, we had crude oil inventory information coming out, and services PMI. So for those of you that are new to the room and are wondering why we report these catalysts, well, from Roger's perspective, if there's information that is known or will be known during today's trading session, but may not yet be priced into the market, those are volatility flashpoints. And he wants to make sure that we're aware of what those flashpoints are as we potentially consider trading stocks that may be associated with those sectors or around breaking news, things of that nature. Now, as far as his large cap watch list is concerned, he shared 18 tickers with us this morning. We had 7 shorts, and you see those listed here, and we had 11 longs. Now, these are all legitimate tickers that are on Roger's watch list. What that means is that they are setting up to potentially being a trade that he might take if all of his conditions are met. And if they meet those conditions, typically he will share those trades in his trading pit or other premium alert services that he has. And so once again, we were looking at 18 of those today. Now, as far as Roger's, pre-market comments were concerned, well, when we came into the room this morning at 8 o'clock, we noticed that the futures markets were slightly down, largely in an overnight weakness in the tech sector. He also pointed out that the put-call ratio was definitely very much in balance and that the VIX was inching up ever so slightly, but was still down pretty low in its range. Now, as far as sectors are concerned, what was interesting, the SMH, which is chips, and the Russell, man, both of those were breaking out quite nicely. And this is what he hopes Roger will see in the QQQ and the MAGs. And the question is, will they follow? So once again, we saw a little bit of a bullish trend as represented by SMH and IWM. But as far as momentum was concerned, there was a couple of red flags. Number one, those stocks that were making 20-day highs, okay, 500 200 plus stocks were making 20-day highs coming in today. Now, once again, to me, that seems like it's a pretty good number. But as Roger pointed out, historically, when this number gets above 450 to 500 stocks, typically that signals that there's a cooling off about to occur. And he actually went back in time to the last time we had 500 stocks in there. And sure enough, each and every consecutive day after that, things cooled off. He also pointed out that the bonds were remain low in their range. Once again, they are in a channel and they're low in that channel, and that sectors were starting to favor some interest-based stocks. Now, tech stocks were not moving things. We'll call those speculative stocks, but those stocks that are interest sensitive were starting to move a bit higher. Bottom line, folks, he said, look, he says, I like what I see in the markets because the markets are somewhat bullish, but there are some lagging indicators. More, most importantly, the fact that bonds just don't seem to be playing ball, helping move things higher. And as we mentioned, that momentum might be getting ready to turn. And he also said this, folks. And particularly when we see something like this, where there's a lot of sideways chop and no real clear cut, bias in the market, just make sure that you have solid confirmation before you enter a trade. And Roger spent a lot of time last week talking about various confirmation signals that would be available. So once again, we're delighted to have everybody here today. And for those of you that may just be coming back off of holiday vacation, Happy New Year to you. I hope that you had a wonderful time with friends and family. And we've got a terrific agenda set up today. Once again, Roger's going to continue to focus on trading small cap stocks and sharing information around that, including, tips on, what are the best areas, the strongest areas for placing your stops if, in fact, you're looking to trade these small caps. Also, he's going to be sharing with us why indicators that normally help us understand price action with large caps, why it doesn't work for small caps. He's also going to give us a midday market update, and he's going to share with us the top stocks that he's looking at right now. And he's going to give us a fourth quarter earnings preview and share with us what lies ahead, because we really are on the eve of the next earnings cycle, which is all those companies that are going to be reporting their fourth quarter earnings. And finally, folks, what Roger wants to do is he wants to do a deep dive on a technical analysis on each of the major sectors that are out there, so that we're grounded at this point in time as we're into the new year, 2026, if you can believe it. And he wants us to have a pretty good sense as to what those major sectors are doing. So if you've got any questions during Roger's presentation, please type them in the chat window and we'll address them periodically throughout the session so as to not interfere with Roger's presentation. Also, remember, folks, that the chat is open to everyone. And remember that we do have some ground rules. If you're going to post, always make sure that you're kind and supportive. Secondly, folks, keep to the topic, all right? No political discussions allowed whatsoever. And also keep your side conversations to a minimum so that the rest of us can focus on the education and the information that Roger's going to be sharing, because after all, he is with us here to give us an edge in the markets and to help us all become much more confident and consistent in our trading activities. And with that, folks, let's go ahead and say hi to the team. I note that Matt is here. Good morning, Matt. How are you doing? I see that Roger is joining us now. Roger, good to see you. Matt, how have things been going with you today so far?
It's been an interesting morning. We've had a lot of news come out, and the market's been choppy. It looks like maybe it's finding its groove now.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember that was one of the things that Roger left us with all these reports coming out like around 10 o'clock or so, some a little bit later than that. It's better just to sit on our hands and see what's happening. Roger, any surprises from your standpoint so far today, based on what you were thinking coming into the open?
Yes, there is a surprise. The surprise is the fact that the QQQ and mega caps are starting to participate, which is
And
the
that's
first
what you were
time.
hoping for.
Yes, which is the first time we've seen that. Matt, can you make sure all the emails and everything went out? The room is really light. It's like we have 100 less people than usual. Let me make sure that our stuff went out. Okay, they just posted it right, or Matt just posted it right now. Can you ask what's her name to? I'll take care of it. Hold on one second. Let me just take care of this real quick. Deanna.
So just as Roger's doing that this morning, he noticed that he shared with us that SMH, for
Okay.
example, and IWM were doing so good. And you said, hey, that's the poster child for what I would like the QQQ and the MAGs to do. And Roger, they were obviously listening to you.
Yes. Yes, they
They,
were. They
they said, we don't
absolutely.
want to be left behind. The circus is leaving town.
Exactly, exactly. So yeah, we're looking. I mean, this is good. I like what I'm seeing right now. I just think we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
That's my only concern here. So right now, what I'm looking at is I'm looking for stocks that are that have been consolidating for a while, not running up a lot. Like I don't want to name names, but I just put one in. I just put one into the pit. Um, Basically, I'm looking for stocks that just started breaking out right now, not stocks that have been on fire.
Okay.
I want to see something a little more. I want to see something a little bit more. Um, I want to see something a little more grounded breaking out, a sector change because right now, if the mega caps start coming back up, we could see a really, really strong rally. But the problem I'm afraid of is that we're going to have a sector rotation. And if we have a sector rotation, well, that could lead to something that may not be as appealing. So, but there are several stocks that I'm liking right now. There are several industries that I'm liking, but I'm loving the fact that I'm loving the fact that we're starting to get participation um, um, oh, that's why the emails didn't go out. That's why the room is slow. She just sent them again. Okay, now we know why. Now we know why the room is was slow. All right. So um anyway, so I like what I'm seeing right now. I would be extra selective. I'm not in a position right now. You see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. The market just made an all-time high. It's been consolidating for so long, and it's been
Right.
so long since it's been consolidating that this move can be a real run up. And you have a lot of shorts and a lot of short positions who have been stopped out of these positions. So we may have a little bit of a run up here, and especially if QQQ and MAGs start participating. But I will tell you this. I want to show you guys this. This always this is a huge red flag for me. Now remember something, mega caps have a lot of market capitalization in them, right?
Right.
What do I always tell you? If you see markets going up, but you don't see a lot of stocks participating, the first thing you should do, literally the first thing you should do, is you should check to see if the mags are participating. So this morning, let me show you this. It's easier to just show you this. Uh, Hold on a second. Okay, one second. I'm putting it in order. One second.
Yeah, no problem whatsoever. And I just want to share something that Chris put in here that the customer service live was really good today. So thank you for that, Chris. Yeah, Cam and Gustavo do a fantastic job every day.
Okay, so now I could talk about this trade because we just liquidated it with a nice profit. We took about $1 from Palantir. Let's see, did we take $1? Oh, we took more than $1. We got in at 184.91 and we got out at 186.12. We took a profit. It's still moving up. People can still get out right now if they want to. But I wanted to show you, this is what I was talking about, Raleigh. Um, this is what I was talking about. See how it's just right now getting above the 50-day moving average
Yep.
and how it's been consolidating for a while versus a stock like oh, what's a really good example? Let me just think of like a million stocks that I've been trading the last few days. Um, yeah, one second. If they missed it, one second. If you missed Palantir exit, it's at 186.37 now. Okay. All right. I'm just giving people a little play-by-play that needed in the pit in case they missed the exit. So you see how this is breaking the 50? I like stocks like this right now because we're overextended. But let me get to what I wanted to show you guys. I keep getting distracted by this Palantir, and finally I'm out of the Palantir. So sorry about that. We always have to break for winners, right? We got to
Yes,
take.
we do.
We got to break
winners.
for winners. And by the way, did anybody take that bonus trade in the pit today? The what was it? CRML? Let me know about that one. Should have some. We should have a lot more people in here in a few minutes. Okay, so this morning while we were here, I showed you the night here the 20-day highs. 20-day highs. And last I checked, we were at 177. We ran up, probably higher than that now. Let me check. Yep, 209. Look where we were this morning.
Yeah, we were like over 500, weren't we, Roger?
And I told everybody this is a huge red flag.
Yes, you did.
So here's the thing. But here's the thing. And this is why I always tell folks, MAGs are participating today. MAGs have well, they did till about half an hour ago. They had relative strength to the market, as you could see right here.
Mhm.
They slowly started. They stopped getting relatively strong to the market at about half an hour ago, 40 minutes ago. But they've been really strong, and they're actually at a buy signal right now. They've been looking really, really, really good here. So I'm liking this. This is giving that market. So whatever the smaller stocks are taking away from the market, the mega caps are putting in today.
Are putting
okay?
back in. Okay.
So, and if you're like going to be, nah, Roger, you're just covering your ass. You're just saying that because you were wrong. No. I'll prove it to you. Do you remember our conversation on ADD? ADD tells you how many stocks are up or down on the day. And I always tell you, check ADD. But if you don't see ADD moving and you still see Volt moving like it is right now, down to the downside, you should check the mega caps. I've said that since day one. So I always tell you that you could trust momentum except when mega caps get involved. And usually, to be fair, 95% of the time, mega caps are leading, right? They're not lagging. So it's not really an issue. It's the other way around. It's, you know what I mean? The smaller ones are lagging. The mega caps are leading. This is the first time, I don't know, maybe in 3 years that they're, can you guys tell me if I'm wrong? But it seems like this is the first time in like 2 or 3 years that they're lagging, right? Or it might have happened once before. I don't think I'm wrong here. But so again, it doesn't happen often. Usually the mega caps are the one that leads, and I'm the one saying, hey, be careful because you don't have a lot of stocks leading, but we're still making all-time highs. And that's because the mega caps. But now we're seeing the opposite. So you have less stocks leading I mean, this is, you don't have to take my word for it. It's right here. This is coming into this morning. This is what I was trying to tell you this morning. And this is right now. 10 minutes delayed, if you will. But that's right now. And it was a 177. If we come back, my point is, as long as mega caps keep pushing us up, this isn't going to matter. But again, mega caps just lost their weakness about half an hour ago. Again. Right. And again, usually mega caps are not losing their weakness. There's a caveat. We do have a caveat. The caveat is the strongest sector right now is semiconductors. And semiconductors are a highly interest rate sensitive sector that's really, really good for the broad market. As a matter of fact, I don't remember how long ago, but I know a few traders did some statistical numbers. This is like 20 years ago. And what they would do is they would see what the NASDAQ would do, and then they would do whatever the NASDAQ would do on the broad market the next day. Their theory was that the NASDAQ led the market by a day. And Larry Connors, and Raleigh, if you've been around for 15, 20 years, that name may sound familiar to you.
Yes.
He was he retired. He's a guru. He retired. He used to work with Linda Raschke. He used to manage money. He wrote one of the first books that I ever read. He retired about 10 years ago, little by little. He's actually the guy that popularized the 2-day RSI.
Okay.
As I always say, there's nothing new in this business. By the way, he also he was a commodity trader. He was not a stock trader. He traded S&Ps and he traded commodity. So not all that different from my background. But yeah, Larry Connors, nice guy too, really really nice guy. But he got older and he retired. Okay, so
Interesting question that just popped up,
yes,
Roger.
yes.
Maybe before we get into the agenda, yeah, Evan said, I'm surprised to see that the SPY is at all-time highs, why the Vold is making a low on the day. Is there any explanation for why that happens? Because I know they diverge, but any thoughts on that, Matt or Roger?
I'll tell you why. I mean, I could tell you why. Well, I could tell you my theory of why. It's because remember the Vold has to have volume to make it work really, really effectively. And right
Okay.
now, volume is still lower than normal. Volume is not firing on all fours. So you have, for example, here, let me show you. I was talking about this yesterday. And by the way, we may get back into Palantir if we hit the VWAP on it. I really like this stock. I may want to go long again for a swing on it. Okay, but I'm going to add it to now that we're not in it, I'll add it to our watch list. Okay. My rule is I don't like to give out stocks that I don't like to give out stocks that we're currently in a position on, but we're no longer in this stock, so I'm free to talk about it right now. Matt, are you short here?
No.
You got stopped out?
Yeah, we got stopped out on the next candle, and then we didn't get another short signal yet.
Okay, all right. Matt's just following AZP right now. Okay, so let me start off by giving you my stock watch list. Let me actually finish talking about the broad market real quick. We kind of jumped right into it, Raleigh. I didn't really.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to run you off
No,
track. I just
no,
wanted
no,
to.
you didn't. You didn't at all. You didn't at all. No, no, it wasn't you. It was Palantir. It was Palantir. It wasn't. No, it wasn't you.
By the way,
So
his their CEO was on Squawk Box earlier this morning.
oh yeah,
It was a pretty entertaining discussion. Young guy, but it was a pretty entertaining discussion, just as a little byproduct.
yeah, yeah. Okay, all right, cool. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, I know. I don't know him, but I know who you're talking about, and he's got like the big hair and everything, right?
Yeah, he
The
does.
crazy.
Yeah.
And yeah. I really like that guy. He makes a very good impression every time he comes online. So I don't know him, but I know I know what you're referring to.
Right.
Okay, Alex Karp. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Is he? Let me ask you guys. Does anybody know? Is he Russian or Ukrainian? Because he looks like he shortened his name, and he looks like he could be Russian or Ukrainian. The way
Could
he looks and sounds. I don't know. Maybe I don't know anything
he
about
looks
him.
100% Silicon Valley to me.
Silicon Valley. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Um, anyway, just if I see somebody that kind of looks a little, hear something in the voice or last name, sometimes I get this impression. Okay, so mags, 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 mags have a long ways to go, my friends. Mags have to completely get above here and above here. So we're just starting out. Now, I really like what I'm seeing. I really like what I'm seeing. But here's what my theory is, Raleigh. I can't prove it, but here's my theory. I think what's going to happen is this. I think RSP, okay, or let's just use the Dow. I think the Dow is going to come back down. Momentum on the smaller stocks. When I say smaller stocks, I'm talking about the not all the stocks except for the 7 mega cap stocks, pretty much.
Okay.
So I'm
Yep.
not talking about smaller stocks. I'm saying smaller in relationship to the mega caps. Okay. So I think we're going to cool off here. I think mags are going to regain some of their momentum, and the market will kind of meet us halfway in between. That's what I think will happen. I think I think we're gonna cool off on momentum, but the mags will start gearing up a little bit, and I think that's going to come pull us a little bit higher. So I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Here, I would not be surprised. We held this level right here. Basically, came up here and then kind of see what happens here, and hopefully won't make a double another top here, but we'll break through because if we do, it'll be a head and shoulders. So we need to get above 87.80. My point is, mega caps are what I don't remember what the market cap is, like 40% of the market, 30%. Matt, do you know? Like some insane percentage of the market, right?
Yeah, it's huge.
It's huge. 7 companies. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's huge. So if they come up here, even if the stock market, even if RSP comes off like it is today, notice RSP is not really uh, jumping, whereas SPY is going up. That's the mega caps, my friends. You could see even SMH is not doing anything today, but MAGs are breaking out, or on an intraday. Here's the 5 minute. This is the 15, and this is the 1 minute. I'm just using this because I have it up right here. But you could see right here. You could see right here. This is exactly what's causing us to go up right now. So market momentum isn't all that amazing. Okay, it's just a couple of stocks. Okay, a handful of stocks, if you will. The Googles are coming up. The Metas are still in the crapper. Netflix is still in the crapper. Let's see, Apple. Is it Apple? Which are the mags? Is it Intel? Oh, Intel's doing nicely. Okay, Intel's doing nicely. All right.
I wonder if Nvidia is been impacted because isn't China going to put a kibosh on the orders that they were going to
Yeah, they're
place
saying
for
they're
their
not.
chips?
It's doing fantastic. I mean, it's doing fantastic, and Microsoft. Thank you, HG. I appreciate that. Microsoft and Nvidia. That's where the money is. And you know what? Wait a minute. Amazon too. Actually Amazon. I really like Amazon right now. I like the mags, right? I mean, I like these 3 stocks right now. The top 9 SPY holdings make up 38 points, so 40%. I was right. I said about 40%, 38.9%. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm thinking. Now, right now, we're diverging. The Volt is going lower right now. So I would be careful of this rally, my friends. I would be very, very careful of this rally. Yeah, Apple is a mega cap, and Apple's not doing us any favors. Okay, so as far as the broad market, I think we're going to have a little shift in rotation. I think the semiconductors are going to take a little break. I think broad market may cool off a little bit. We've had a lot of the airlines moving up. We've had the basic materials moving up. The mags are supporting this rally. So expect some of the names that you've seen go up start moving down, and mags and the stocks that have been consolidating, like Palantir. Oh, it's up even more if you didn't sell it yet. I see these stocks. The kind have been consolidating. The Amazons, the Palantirs, not the ones that are making 52-week highs, the ones that have been consolidating. I think they're going to start moving higher as long as the technicals are good. I mean, we got to make sure it's got volume. I mean, look at volume on Palantir right now. This is real volume. This is why I bought it. This is one of the reasons why I bought it. The mags make up 30. So I said 40%. So 30, between 30 and 40%. And what percentage did they make of NASDAQ? Of 80%? Yeah, we're going back up. Look at that. Volt is going straight down, and this thing is going straight up. All right. So let me give you my short list. I'll give you my long list, and I want to teach you something today, something I've never taught anyone anywhere before. I'm not kidding. I'm serious. And I want to give you my outlook for earnings. I finally got it.
Excellent.
Yes. Netflix to the short list. You should just be focused right here on the daily chart. You know what? Let me pull up my other one because it has all the indicators on it, and you guys are used to it. Here. Netflix. There you go. The American flag. I'm trying to get you guys away from technical indicators as much as possible. They're great for scanners, but they're not good for your eyes. HPQ. That's a breakdown right there. And it's got a good volume, too. Got real good volume. I got a bunch of thank you emails for those 2 trades we did today. I gave them a CMRL Raleigh as a momentum trade.
Yep.
And they made out like bandits on that one too. KHC's breaking down. I told you guys last couple of days, consumer staples. Okay. SWKS. That's a nice breakdown right there. High volume too, by the way. Got a high volume candle today, and the day's not even over yet. That's a nice short right there for a day trade. That's the kind of trade I would do for like a type of scalp trade, but I would want to see volume start picking up here, not coming down. Like Palantir. Well, we'll get to that. MO. Yesterday we did MO. Look how it's rejecting on a 5-minute. Look how it's rejecting the VWAP and just coming right back down. And look how good it looks on a daily. It's getting a little overextended. It's starting to get a little overextended. Okay. Yeah, Volt is making you low and huge divergence with the SPY. Not very common. Usually the SPY gives up the ghost. TME. TME. Nice breakdown. I'm really giving you guys I'm giving you guys some really good red meat today. Okay. Lamb Weston. Another consumer staple stock. By the way, this is on the weakest stock of the year watch list. And look how it's just breaking down. Look how well it held this inverse flag, breaking down, volume coming in. Anyways, SFM gave it to you this morning. Nice, Nathan. Good to see that. And I hope you took a bite out of Palantir too. I like Palantir for a swing, by the way. I may get into it again if it cools off to the 8-day. Yep. Good, Nathan. Good. I'm glad to hear that. All right. There we go. There we go. Nice breakdown. Real nice breakdown. SM. Nice breakdown. That's an energy company. Now look here. Look at this. This is daily. This is 5-minute right here. Breaks down, goes back, touches the VWAP, or thereabouts, and then starts with a wick, and then starts coming down again. Classic breakdown pattern on a stock that's looking like crap. Okay, just pointing things out to you guys in case you don't see them yourself. Same thing with pizza. Look at the intraday chart. No pullback at all. No pullback. Look at this chart. This is the first non-random day this stock has had since right here. Still no high volume bar, but nice, right? Nice day trades. Nice scalp type of trades. Now, what Matt's going to do for us, he doesn't know this yet, but he will in a few seconds. What Matt's going to do for us. What do you guys think about this idea? What if, we'll have to see what Raleigh thinks about this idea. We're going to do a little informal survey right now. What do you think about this, Raleigh? What do you think? I take the Pro Trader dashboard, and every time on a 5-minute chart, which is what we're looking at, we have a volume bar that's a certain percentage above a level that I signify. The bar turns a fluorescent red or a dark red or maybe orange. And when we have a high volume bar to the upside, the volume bar turns white. So if we have a clear volume momentum, we could see it very, very clearly in real time so that so it would help us take those scalp trades that you guys have been loving so much. Does anybody think that's...
I think that would be great because, it keeps you focused on the chart.
Exactly. Does anybody think that's a horrific idea?
Because I know a lot of people have asked questions like on the TC2000, they see your white bars and they're going, what are those white bars? Oh, those are great. And they're just basically their volume bars.
Yes. Matt, did you hear what I said?
Yeah, and I'm marking the timestamp so that I can.
Huh?
I just marked the timestamp too, so I can go back and reference it. So I can do that today.
Yeah, I just want 120%. basically what you did on TC 2000, I want you to do it on TradingView, and I want you to do it on Think or
Thinkorswim.
Swim. Okay? It should take you 20 minutes. Okay?
Yep.
Just make, I'll tell you what, why don't you make the downwards, if it's got over 120 and it's going down, make it orange. And if it's going up, just make it like empty, but white. You understand? Like
The outline
basic,
white. Yep.
or just whatever. Just make them like white or filled white and then filled orange or something like that.
They really
Okay.
stand out.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, white or orange. Yeah, so they're not these two colors, so we could tell the difference between regular colors and these. Okay. That way, if you see you see orange, 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 or whatever the color that's going to be, just don't make the bottom one green. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Stand out more than just the outline. Yeah, just make them white, all white, like you did for my TC 2000. Fill them up white on the way up and orange on the way down. Okay. Make them as make them as big as you can. A little momentum stock here. If you guys like momentum stocks, this is something that would go into my high flyers. SMX is up right now. It's doing really, really well. Just FYI. But don't forget to bring your stress medicine and maybe a little couple of shots and maybe antacid to keep you calm during. The stock is up 94% on the day, so it's one of those oy vey stocks, you know. So nobody hated my idea, so I think we're going to implement it, okay? And we're going to do it for TradingView, and we're going to do it for Thinkorswim. And I know it can be done because I've seen it, so that's that. So if you guys don't have the Pro Trader dashboard, there's an update coming. All right. See, just came up with that one on the spot. All right. What was the last stock I gave you guys? Pizza, right?
Yeah. Pizza with that was the last short. Yep.
Yeah, and look at it. Pizza is still going down. Still going down. Let's see how Palantir's doing. Still going up. All right. Pizza, at least one thing you could say about me, I'm pretty consistent. All right. PVH. Look at this beauty. What a beauty, right? That's a nice looking stock. And see, notice it came down. This right here, these are all above. These will all be above the moving average right here. Oh, use a 10-day moving average, not 50. Okay, Matt? 10-day for the average, not 50. Okay. Okay. Because yeah, we don't have overnight data. We don't need to use. So you see, these would be orange right here, and they would notify you that something frisky is going on. Okay. All right. So I like PVH. See how we're coming up with ideas, we're scheming, we're doing all these things. This is how it's supposed to be. Taking trades, giving bonus. Now let's look about long stocks. That is a very nice oh, I'm on the wrong screen here. That is a very nice A-line right there. You hear what I just said, Matt? Or maybe something else. That looks very nice. And you don't have earnings for a while. Google. I like this stock right now a lot. A lot. I know somebody who did a bull put spread on it this morning, actually. I think his name's Clyde. Merck. Merck is still looking good. It's a little overextended, but healthcare is very strong right now. This may be a good day trade if it gets back above the VWAP right here, and if volume picks up a little bit, because volume's been pretty good lately. Yeah, it is a good swing trade, Cyrus. It is. Here, guys. You guys want me to give you a scalp? Here, let me give you a scalp. Here, I'll give everybody a scalp. Scalp, LVS. 1 second. . Oh, you know what? Uh, yeah, just forget about it. The volume isn't as high as I'd want it. I'd want a little higher volume. I like this for a short with a profit target here, but I think we'll wait on it. I think we'll wait on it. All right, let's continue. PL. That is a very nice looking stock, not overextended, nice breakout. Volume has been good. It's a very nice looking stock. Yeah, Cyrus, you and I have to stop agreeing. This is not good because you didn't agree with a word that that I said 7 years ago. Even though I haven't changed anything about what I do, but if I said white, Cyrus would say black. If I would say black, Cyrus would say white. Now he doesn't disagree anymore. This is a little overextended, so let's wait for it to come back to the 8-day. Tiva.
Is it still on your list, Roger?
It is. It is. It
Okay.
is still on my list. I still like it. It was really weird. This is the only stock I can't find in my TC 2000 database. I don't, for some reason, I can't find it in there.
Huh.
And it's listed stock. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just not doing something right. LUV. I like this stock. I like the airlines right now. Remember what I was telling you about Venezuela, how oil prices will eventually go down because we're going to take some for ourselves. And you heard what our president said this morning. We're taking it straight for delivery to U.S. ports. He did not mince words. He did not mince words.
He
He
did
didn't
not
even
mince
wait.
words, and he hasn't even talked to the oil companies about it yet. Supposedly that will happen later this week.
He didn't talk to anyone about anything, but you could see why we invaded Venezuela. Okay, it wasn't because we're come on. You and I were talking about this, Raleigh.
Now I
We were
know.
just talking about this a few days ago.
Speaking of which, looking at crude, it's trading at it's just dipped below $56. So
Yeah, because
it's
we
almost
could.
down 2% on the day. Yep.
Yes, of course, of course. Please don't say this is a surprise because we talked about this and I explained to you. And folks, this is not political. I'm loving it because you see, every cent that oil goes down, Putin is worth less money. So I'm very happy about this. So I couldn't be happier about this. I think this is a great thing he did, but I don't think it's because of the drugs. I think it's because of, the natural resources.
Oh
But
yeah, the drugs have nothing to do with it.
whatever reason it is, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Please keep doing it. So yeah, but I mean, he didn't even wait a week. He's like, we're taking it now. We're taking it straight to our straight to our ports. He's pretty quick about it. All right, good for him. Good for him. AZN health drug stock breaking out here on high volume. This is something you want to pay attention to. Keep this on your watch list.
ATN. Yep.
Yeah, AZN, AstraZeneca, CRM. Now, this is the kind of stock that I was talking about when we started this show, like the Palantir stock, a stock that's been consolidating, that's now just waking up right now. Those are the stocks that you want to look at the most right now. Stocks that have been consolidating and are now waking up. I think we're going to see a lot of that. All right, a lot of that. So yeah, I'm very happy about this whole oil thing. Yeah, we're above the 200, moving up. Volume starting to be okay. This looks like this is definitely something I would keep on my watch list. Okay. Uh, Albemarle, basic material stock. One of my favorite, very clean trending stock. This is a day trading stock, a scalping stock right now. Keep it on your radar. This is very much in play right now. Okay. And also keep it on your watch list. Kava. Now, here's another one that's coming back. See how this one's coming back? Now, it's got the 200. So your target is the 200, which is 3 to 4 points away from where it is right now. But again, notice it's coming back. We want stocks that are starting to come back right now. We don't want a bottom pick, but at the same time, I'm nervous about buying all-time highs right now because I think we're going to see smaller stocks go down and larger stocks and mega caps and the few that have been consolidating go up with it. RTX, defense, especially with all this talk about Greenland now. Although Greenland's never done anything bad to us, from what I understand, but a little deviated, but very nice for a possible day trade or a short-term trade here. Okay, very much in play right now. Sienna, this stock is hot right now. Hot, hot, hot. Wait for it to come down to the 8-day, but it's not one standard deviation away. It's like 1/4, so it's not really overdone. It looks like it's protecting the VWAP. If it starts coming up right now above here, you got a nice little buy opportunity if you have volume. That's why I want to get those volume bars out. It'll make your life easier. Right here. With volume, you got a nice little upside opportunity. A, B, and B. If you want to know anything about the stock, ask my wife. For some reason, she's obsessed with this company. She uses them. She uses them all the time.
I was thinking that, yeah.
She uses them all the time. Notice how it keyed off the 15-day and it bounced back right now. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to put it on my watch list. Nice looking stock. Like I have 2 watch lists. I have this watch list, and then I have a watch. So I think I mentioned to you guys, I have columns, and if I like a stock a little bit, I put it here. Then in the afternoon, I see if it switches over, I cross, and I keep excluding stocks. And it becomes like a narrow list by the end of the day. And by the end of the day, I have like a nice clean sheet of like 5 or 6 stocks that I've been trying to exclude. So I'm trying to exclude stocks all day. I'm not trying to find stocks to include. I'm trying to exclude. So I keep excluding. So it's like a funnel. It's like a funnel that gets smaller as the day continues. Does that make sense? Like in the morning, I'm looking at the shotgun approach, and by the time the afternoon comes, I'm like a fine-tuned sniper.
Yep.
Okay. So and everybody has to find their own way, but I really like this stock. Matt, when you get a chance, take a look at A, B, and B. Volume is lagging, but but for a swing trade, that's not gonna. And Palantir. All right, Palantir. I like Palantir. It just broke above the 50-day. This is a high volume bar. You got a good support here. I like Palantir, and it's got some room to go. It's got a few more emails. You guys are great. Thank you for all the emails. Okay, now I've got a few minutes, so I want to educate you a little bit. Sheet out. Okay. Please have a piece of paper and a pen. Please take a piece of paper. Sandra says, what do you do at the end of the day? Well, today I'm going to get a haircut. Then I'm going to come home, have dinner, and relax with my wife, watch some TV. I haven't watched TV with her she has been gone since Monday. So, since Friday, since Friday. So please have a piece of paper and a pen. I'm going to catch up on all the Datelines in 48 hours. We love watching those together. We obsess over true crime. We love Dateline 48 hours, 60 Minutes.
My wife does also. It's so funny.
My wife's favorite show is Law and Order. So, and she can watch it all day long. And she's really picky, except Law and Order or Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood movies or Law and Order all day long. Okay. For 2025, the S&P, you guys need to write this down. You really need to write this down, okay? For the fourth quarter, as of right now, we're looking at 6.9% for the same period last year on 7.7% higher revenue. Please write this down. The reason you want to write this down is that's the number that's going to be baked in. And if the numbers are coming out higher, I'll be able to say, hey, we're coming out 30 or 50% better than the expectations. It's very important to remember what expectations were at the beginning of the quarter and how they change. A lot of reporters get really lazy and they don't report the changes, but you got to know what the changes are, or you won't know what the main number is, and then you won't know if we're doing really well or not. So it's one of those things. So now, 6.9% revenue, 7.7% higher. EPS 6.9, revenue 7.7. That would follow 13.9% earning growth for 2025 and 7.8 revenue growth for last quarter. That's a huge move. Remember, twice what we were expecting. It's very, very, very big. Now, the tech sector has been a key driver since 2023. We all know that, obviously. And the sector is on track to play a crucial role in 2025. When I say 2025, I'm talking about the last quarter earnings. Remember, this is going to be fourth quarter 2025 earnings. So if you hear me talk 2025, I haven't lost my mind yet. I'm just, talking back because that's what this earnings is for. The fourth quarter earnings growth drops to only 3.6 from 6.9. Once the tech sector's enormous contribution is removed from aggregate numbers, okay? The tech sector is currently expected to account for almost half of the S&P growth of 2026. So if tech doesn't pan out, we're in deep doo-doo. We're in deep doo-doo if tech doesn't pan out. The revision has been modestly negative. It hasn't been that bad. It's been staying positive for a long time now. The revision's trend was consistently positive in comparison to what we saw last quarter at this time. So it wasn't any difference. Now, here's where things get interesting. Magnificent Seven group of companies is expected to be up 16.6% from the same period a year ago on the same revenue. Just remember 16%. Okay. One is 16.6, the other one is 16.2. And they're expecting
on the same revenue?
Yeah, same revenue, 16 and 16 EPS, 16 revenue. I'm just, I'm marking it up or down, but 16%. Which is substantial. I mean, we're not talking about small caps. We're talking about the biggest companies in the world to go up 16%. That's a lot. Excluding the mags, earnings would only be up 3.4% versus 6.9%. So they're not kidding. They're literally looking for a 50% contribution. So you could see right away the picture that's unfolding. There's a lot of pressure on mega caps in the next couple of weeks, and there's a lot of pressure on technology. A lot more than usual, okay? And that would follow the sector's the tech sector has been driving aggregate earnings for a while. Now, just so you guys know, this is the 10th quarter in a row of double-digit growth. So it's not something it's not something high. Tech sector earnings are expected, the expectation right now, as I said, 16, and 16. So we'll see where that goes. In addition to the tech sector, there's a couple of other sectors that are looking for contribution. Those sectors are the financial sector and the consumer discretionary sector. And those are expected to be up 8% each on about 6.5 higher revenue. Okay? That's where we're at right now. So nothing has begun yet. We haven't begun yet. Market looks like it's starting to cool off a little bit, which is good. Find some pullback opportunities here. Anyway, and that's where the earnings are. Now, I have one more thing to talk to you about. And as we get into the heart of earnings, obviously these numbers will become a lot more important. But what you need to know right now is we're expecting the tech sector to be a driving growth. And without tech sector, we're only going to get 3.6. With tech sector, 6.9. So that's a major. Yeah. So magnificent. Oh yeah. So total. Let me give you the total. All right. No, I already gave you the total. So you already have that. Okay. Yeah, I started off with that. All right. The top sector I'm expecting for 2026 by the end of this year is XLK, which is technology and chips, SMH. Technology and chips share about 50% cross-contamination. The market is cooling off, by the way. We're now below the 15 on a 5-minute. Are you short, Matt?
No.
Okay.
I'm a short signal.
Okay. Now, last thing I want to show you. let me bring up a small cap stock. Bring up a small cap stock. How about okay, 1 second. Okay. So okay. AZI. All right, there's AZI. Look at the volume on this stock today, 270% of its normal volume. So this was one of the stocks on our watch list this morning. Okay. So let me show you a trick. Let me show you a trick. So this is the overnight session. The overnight session is over at this time, right? And I give you a trade and I give you an entry. And let's just say the entry is somewhere between here and here. Okay. Okay. How do you find your stop loss? How do you find your stop loss? So let's say your entry is right. Let's say your entry is right here. How would I find my stop loss? Can anybody tell me? Our entry's right here. Let me make it easier for you here. Right here's our entry. The low of the day before. Hell no. No. This is a 1 minute time frame. This is for our day trades. Bill, 1.5 ATR moving average, X time ATR. You guys you're actually not that far off. 15%. No. Low of pre-market, previous low. No. I was hoping somebody would guess. Okay. How about, remember, we place our trade. Remember what I told you? We placed our trade right here, right? We entered right here. Actually, sorry, right here. Right here. Okay. So what I would do is I would look for, write this down. I would look for the highest volume bar using the 1 minute time frame. Okay. Which is right here. After market opened, which is right here, right there. And then I would subtract from the low half of 1 ATR. No, Sean, I can't, because this doesn't apply to that. I'm showing specifically how where I use my stop losses for these one minute charts. So no, I'm not going to do that at all. So notice I'm looking at a 1 minute chart of a stock that costs $4.50. We're still teaching you guys the small cap stuff. So you go backwards after your entry, you go back to market hours, and you look for the highest volume bar, you look for the low, and you subtract half ATR away. So the ATR on this stock right now is, let's see, what is the ATR on this stock right now? It's 92 cents. Okay. Yeah, it's 92 cents. So half ATR is 46 cents. So you would take 46 cents. The low here is 435. You would subtract 46 cents from this low. So that would be, let's see what the low is. Just 1 second. Right here. 435 minus 46. That's 391. 391. Right here is your stop loss. Okay? There's your stop loss. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm making a big mistake. I'm looking at the daily ATR. I should be looking at the 1 minute ATR. Sorry. The 1 minute ATR. The 1 minute ATR is 6 cents. So 3 cents below this area. 3 cents. But I forgot that we're not looking at daily charts. Duh. Right here. So it's 3 cents below this level right here. So this is 435. We're looking at like right here, 432, right there. So if we get in right here, our stop loss would be like right there. Now, why do I look at the highest volume bar? Why do I look at the highest volume bar? Can anybody tell me? Does anybody know after all this time? What do high volume bars provide? There's no institutions, Vivek, trading $4 stocks, my friend. Support and resistance. This is your support and resistance area. Remember overhead resistance, support resistance, overhead resistance, high areas, high volume areas, support. Remember all that? You take the highest 1 minute volume bar and you subtract half the ATR. I got to add an ATR here. And you add an ATR, which is 6 cents, and 6 cents subtracted from the slow right here would be 3 cents. What is it? 6 cents? So 3 cents. 432. Yeah, 432 would be right there. Right there. Right there. That's your risk from here to here. That's your risk. Pretty good, right? So yeah, I forgot that the ATR I'm an idiot. I was here. I was on the daily and I'm using the daily ATR instead of using the 1 minute ATR, which is right there. So sorry about that. So that is a tool that I will be working on in the next couple of months for you guys for the small cap service. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. And obviously it'll do it automatically for you. All right. Now, we still have people coming in. A lot of people still coming in, and I want to show you something cool. A lot of people are asking about my turning point with all of my projections for this year. So if you haven't gotten them yet, if you're just coming in here right now, did Trump make a comment about home builders?
Yeah, he did.
What can somebody tell me what he said?
Trump said he said a lot of things, but the gist was that he's taking steps to ban large institutions from buying single-family homes.
What? Institutions from buying single-family homes?
Yep.
Yeah, like BlackRock really sucked up a bunch of single-family housing during.
And what is his logic for this?
It makes it unaffordable for the average American family.
But isn't BlackRock's goal to buy it so they could sell it to the average American family?
No, they turn them into rentals.
To turn them into rentals.
Oh,
So driving
got
up
it.
rental rates. Yep.
Well, that's great. That's actually very smart. That makes pretty good sense to me. Like I said, I wasn't in the I'm just learning about this right now. Yeah. So and the market's cooling off. We're actually getting to the view. I told you today I'm not feeling the continuation of this breakout. By the way, mags are leading again. Okay. So very interesting, very interesting. You see, Matt, I got to steal my Squawk box back from you. I got to figure out a way where you and I can share it, Matt, where I can get access to it. Because he just listens to it and I read all the news. But then I would need another monitor. Maybe the TV we have in here, Matt.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
You and I have to put our heads together because we have a big TV here and we're not using it. I don't like headsets. I'm not a headset kind of guy unless I'm listening to music. All right, folks, pay attention. This is going to be really good stuff. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to give you my prognosis at the end of this, all my predictions and my analysis. And if you haven't seen the small cap stuff yet, the small caps, the high volume bar, the 1 minute bar that I was just talking about right now, I'm going to be talking about all that. So the prelude to all of that. So please, please, please pay good attention. Okay.
Yeah. And I also want to mention, Roger, for all of those that are watching this on YouTube, we're about to turn YouTube off because we can't do promotions on YouTube or play music or anything sexy like that. Education is fine, but from where we are right now, we're going to be turning off YouTube, and please come over to the Zoom room for the rest of this presentation. And obviously, folks, if you're here in the Zoom room, you don't have to do anything. Just hang with us here. But if you're watching this on YouTube, please come on over.